the words from the pages change your world. They can change your heart. They can change your mind. They can change your life. Can change your world.
All right, my beautiful people, thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator and founder of New Black Wall Street. And we are back here with your New Black Wall Street book club, going through the book, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. It's the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Of course, you can get this book by going to www.ergj.net, www.ergj.net. To scroll down to the recommended read section, and you can find the book there. Give me just a second as I go ahead and share this to my prospective platforms here. How you guys doing this morning? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you are doing well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Got a couple shares here, and then we'll get going here. How was your weekend going so far? I guess it just got started. Is today Saturday? Yeah, today's Saturday. We've got a class today in about 3 hours that I need to be getting prepared for. But hopefully everything is going well. 48 Laws of Power. Law number 26 is actually keep your hands clean. Keep your hands clean is using a strategy called use the cat's paw. Make use of the cat's paw. So go over that in just a second here as we are getting ready here. All right. There we go. Boom down. I think that's done. Yes, fantastic. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Now, today's episode is brought to you by Wesley Learns to Invest. This is a book by Mr. Prince Dykes. This is the first fiction book that's kid-friendly, introducing kids to the stock market and investing. We can actually order this book. Again, you can order that through me as well. We do have the books readily available. $20 to order this book. Give us a call 678-851-2400, 678-851-2400, or you go to our website, www.ergj.net, to get the book as well. Again, that's in our recommended read section. Black author, created a book. He's got another book coming out as well. We'll have exclusive rights to distribute that also. So we're waiting to get that book as well. So Wesley Learns to Invest. You want to get your kids started at an early age? Well, good little cartoon book, comic book like that will be great to go. What's going on? Good morning, Mr. Kai. How are you? Now, we do have a couple things coming up from Club Millie that you want to be aware of. Today is a class that we're doing Stock Market 102, the 3 keys to asset analysis. Now, of course, that class is already filled, so you can't step up to that one. But we do have a couple other classes you want to be aware of. Number one, we have the technical analysis class that's going to be taking place on Monday evening. Technical analysis class, basic chart reading. If you want to learn that, you want to go ahead and register for that class. And then on Tuesday, we have our group economics class, which is your introduction to mutual fund investing. You want to go ahead and get signed up for that. And then we also have, we got a lot of stuff going on this week. We do also have Bitcoin, digital currency. You want to learn about Bitcoin, you want to sign up for that. That's going to be on Thursday as well. So we got quite a few things. And here's the deal, guys. At the end of the day, there's no excuses. No excuses. You can say, hey, if you say you want to learn this stuff, you have no excuses why you can't, because we're providing the opportunity for you to do that at a very, very low cost for you to learn some of the stuff that you say you want to learn. So we'll go ahead and sign up for those. We got a technical analysis class on Monday, the mutual fund investing class on Tuesday, and then the Bitcoin class on Thursday. But hey, I know you don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time. Hey, it's day number 26. I'm sorry, law number 26 in the 48 Laws of Power. This is the second part of keep your hands clean. Everybody put in the comments below, keep your hands clean. Keep your hands clean. Now, the judgment here is that you must seem a paragon of civility and efficiency. Your hands are never soiled by mistakes and nasty deeds. Maintain such a spotless appearance by using others as scapegoats and cat's paws to disguise your involvement. Now, part number two, make use of cat's paws. So in the fable, the monkey grabs the paw of his friend, the cat, and uses it to fish chestnuts out of the fire, thus getting the nuts he craves without hurting himself. If there is something unpleasant or unpopular that needs to be done, it is far too risky for you to do the work yourself. You need a cat's paw, someone who does the dirty, dangerous work for you. That cat's paw grabs what you need, hurts whom you need hurt, and keeps people from noticing that you are the one responsible. Let someone else be the executioners or the bearer of bad news while you bring only joy and glad tidings. Now, Again, the reason why we're reading this book, guys, in case you don't know, is because this book is filled with strategy. Everybody put in the comments below strategy. So we want to learn how to actually apply these laws into our life. But at the very least, you want to learn when these laws are being applied against you, because you always want to be operating from a position of power. So you need strategy to operate with power. All right, so here is your knowledge, or your what is the word? Keys to power. Here are your keys to power from law number 26. As a leader, you may imagine that constant diligence and the appearance of working harder than anyone else signify power. Actually, though, they have the opposite effect. They simply they imply weakness. Why are you working so hard? Perhaps you are incompetent and have to put in extra effort just to keep up. Perhaps you are one of those people who does not know how to delegate and has to meddle in everything. The truly powerful, on the other hand, seem never to be in a hurry or overburdened. While others work their fingers to the bone, they take their leisure. They know how to find the right people to put in the effort while they save their energy and keep their hands out of the fire. Similarly, you may believe that by taking on the dirty work yourself, involving yourself directly in unpleasant actions, you impose your power and instill fear. In fact, you make yourself look ugly and abusive of your high position. Truly powerful people keep their hands clean. Everybody put in the comments below, keep your hands clean. Truly powerful people keep their hands clean. Now, this is something I had to learn myself, guys. As I thought about kind of moving up in influence, one of the things is, you have to stay above the fray. Stay above all of those critics, all those people that want to pull you down, all those crabs in the barrel. You got to stay above them. So you got to keep your hands clean. And so I found out very quickly that I had people in my corner who were willing to do the dirty work for me. And they told me, hey, ERGJ, keep your hands clean. We'll handle that for you. So I hope you got some people in your life who will say, we'll handle that for you. We'll take care of your lightweight, right? So you want to keep your hands clean. Truly powerful people keep their hands clean. Only good things surround them. And the only announcements they make are the glorious achievements. What's going on, Natalie? Good morning. How are you? What's going on, Ms. Wilson? You will often find it necessary, of course, to expend energy or to effect an evil but necessary action. But you must never appear to be never appear to be this action's agent. Find a cat's paw. Develop the art of finding, using, and in time getting rid of these people when their cat's paw's role has been fulfilled. On the evening of an important river battle, I said I'll talk to that Augusta lady. On the eve of an important river battle, the great 3rd century Chinese strategist Chuko Lang found himself falsely accused of secretly working on it for the other side. As proof of his loyalty, his commander ordered him to produce 100,000 arrows for the army within 3 days or be put to death. Instead of trying to manufacture the arrows, an impossible task, Lang took a dozen boats and had bundles of straw lashed to their sides. In the late afternoon, when the mist always blanketed the river, he floated the boats toward the enemy camp. Fearing a trap from the wily Chuko Lang, the enemy did not attack the barely visible boats with boats of their own, but showered them with arrows from the bank. As Lang's boats inched closer, they redoubled the rain of arrows which struck in the thick straw. After several hours, the men hiding on board sailed the vessels quickly downstream where Chuko Lang met them and collected his 100,000 arrows. Chuko Lang would never do work that others could do for him. He was always thinking of tricks like this one. The key to planning such a strategy is the ability to think far ahead, to imagine ways in which other people can be baited into doing the job for you. An essential element in making this strategy work is to disguise your goals, shrouding it in mystery, like strange enemy boats appearing dimly in the midst. When your rivals cannot be sure of what you are after, they will react in ways that often work against them in the long run. In fact, they will become your cat's paw. If you disguise your intentions, it is much easier to guide them into moves that accomplish exactly what you want done, but prefer not to do yourself. This may require planning several moves in advance, like a billiards ball that bounces off the side of a few times before heading into the right pocket. So everybody, I want you to, in the comments below, I want you to put play chess, not checkers. Play chess, not checkers. Because what we're talking about here is disguising your moves. And if you ever played chess before, sometimes you might make a move on the left side of the board, but you really are thinking about attacking on the right side. So you have to learn how to play chess, not checkers. This is a game of strategy, right? This whole game of strategy. Now, of course, we're talking about business. We're talking about power. We're talking about, yeah, I can teach you. We're talking about always operating from a position of power. And in order to do that, you have to think far ahead of your competition, right? And you also have to know how to play the game, right? You got to know how to play the game, right? And you have to think ahead, right? The earlier 20th century American con artist Yellow Kid Vail knew that no matter how skillfully he honed in on the perfect wealthy sucker, if he, a stranger, approached this man directly, the sucker might become suspicious. So Vail would find someone the sucker already knew to serve as a cat's paw. Someone lower on the totem pole who was himself an unlikely target and would therefore be less suspicious. Vail would interest this man in a scheme promising incredible wealth. Convinced the scheme was for real, the cat's paw would often suggest without prompting that his boss or wealthy friends should get involved. Having more cash to invest, this man would increase the size of the pot, making bigger bucks for all concerned. The cat's paw would then involve the wealthy sucker who had been Vail's target all along, but who would not suspect the trap since it was truly a subordinate who had roped him in. Devices like this are often the best way to approach a person of power. Use an associate, a subordinate, to hook you up with your primary target. The cat's paw establishes your credibility and shields you from the unsavory appearance of being too pushy in your courtship. The easiest and most effective way to use a cat's paw is often to plant information with him, and then that he will then spread to your primary target. False or planted information is a powerful tool, especially if spread by a dupe whom no one suspects. You will find it very easy to play innocent and disguise yourself as the source. The strategic therapist Dr. Milton H. Erickson would often encounter among his patients a married couple in which the wife wanted the therapy, but the husband absolutely refused it. Rather than wasting energy trying to deal with this man directly, Dr. Erickson would see the wife alone. And as she talked, he would interject interpretations of the husband's behavior that he knew would rile the husband up if he heard them. Sure enough, the wife would tell her husband what the doctor had said. After a few weeks, the husband would be so furious he would insist on joining his wife in the session so he could set the doctor straight. Finally, you may well find cases in which deliberately offering yourself as a cat's paw will ultimately gain you great power. This is the rules of the perfect courtier. Its symbol is Sir Walter Raleigh, who once placed his own cloak on the muddy ground so that Queen Elizabeth would not sully her shoes. As the instrument that protects a master or peer from unpleasantness or danger, you gain immense respect, which sooner or later will pay dividends. And remember, if you can make your assistant subtle and gracious rather than boastful and burdensome, your recompense will be that much the more satisfying and powerful. The cat's paw. I want to go back and read this again, guys, because many of you guys just joined and don't understand what the cat's paw is. Let's go back and read this. So in the fable, the monkey grabs the paw of his friend the cat and uses it to fish chestnuts out of the fire, thus getting the nuts he craves without hurting himself. If there is something unpleasant or unpopular that needs to be done, it is far too risky for you to do the work yourself. You need a cat's paw, someone who does the dirty, dangerous work for you. The cat's paw grabs what you need, hurts whom you need hurt, and keeps people from noticing that you are the one responsible. Everybody put in the comments below, cat's paw. What's going on, Rolando? How are you? Now, again, the reason why we're going through this controversial book is because, number one, we want to understand how we can apply these laws to our lives. But then number two, when these laws are being applied against us. And I truly believe that as a community, these strategies have been applied upon our community time and time again. And because we don't read the book, we don't recognize the strategy, and we always find ourselves in a position of poverty instead of in a position of power. But now that we know the strategy, now that we're reading the book, we can recognize when these games are being played against us, and we can make the necessary course corrections so that we remain in a position of power. So it says, let someone else be the executioner or the bearer of bad news while you bring only joy and glad tidings. All right, so remember, if you can make your assistance subtle and gracious rather than boastful and burdensome, your recompense will be that much more satisfying and powerful. Now, here's your image. It's the cat's paw. It has long claws to grab things. It is soft and padded. Take hold of the cat and use its paw to pluck things out of the fire, to claw your enemy, to play with the mouse before devouring it. Sometimes you hurt the cat, but most often it doesn't feel a thing. And here's your authority. Do everything pleasant yourself, everything unpleasant through third parties. Let's read that again. Do everything pleasant yourself, everything unpleasant through third parties. By adopting the first course, you win favor. By taking the second, you deflect ill will. Important affairs often require rewards and punishments. Let only the good come from you and the evil from others. Let only the good come from you and evil from us. Now, I will admit, I need to work on this strategy, okay? Because I will go off on somebody in a minute, right? Now, does that suit me? Well, no. Everybody keep telling me, I know you guys are trying to tell me, practice the law, use the cat's paw. Well, I'm working on it, guys, okay? Because, you know, sometimes I just got to let people know. But I understand that as I move up in the positions of power, that I need to start to use the cat's paw, right? So, you know, I'm working on it, right? I know I got people that's in my corner. Mr. Tate is one of them. Mr. Tate, hey, I know whenever I need somebody to go off on somebody, Mr. Tate will not hold his breath, right? He does not care. Evan, I got your back. Hey, that's cool. So I need to work on using the cat's paw, right? I'm working on them. Woosah. Because there's some people that need to be going off on. All right. I had somebody else that just need to be going off on. Just listen. I'm just going to ignore you because if I answer this phone when you call, I'm going to go off, and that's not going to be good. So just understand that. You know what? I think that everyone who is in the business of making a difference. Let me say it this way. You're in the business of making a difference. You're in the business of creating an impact in this world. I believe that you already have some people in your life, in your corner, in your group, in your setting that will be the cat's paw. These are the people who say that, you know what? We respect you and what you're doing and where you're going and what you're creating, that we want to handle your dirty work. Right? We want to take care of your dirt. And I found this out about 3 weeks ago. I didn't realize I had that many people in my corner who wanted to handle my dirty work. They literally told me, you know what? You don't need to do that anymore. Let us take care of that. Now, dude, this is the type of group that I need to hang around. The people that say, let me take care of that. Let me handle that for you. You keep going in this direction. We're going to handle this for you so you can keep on moving and you can keep on moving us forward. These are the type of people that these are the ride or die people in my life. Mr. Tate is one of them. The ride or die people in my life. You guys don't know him that well, but I'm telling you, when it comes down, when the rubber meets the road, this is the brother that's going to be like, let me handle that for you. And I'm like, okay, Mr. Tate, do what you got to do. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I'm off. What's going on, Wendy B? You need some people in your life that'll say, let me handle that for you. The cat's paw. So law number 26 again, keep your hands clean. Keep your hands clean. All right, guys. Well, this is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. This new Black Wall Street Virtual Book Club. We're going through the 48 Laws of Power. And we are now and we're now complete with number 26. Number 27, law number 27 is going to be play on people's need. Listen to this. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. That's going to be number 27. We'll pick that up on Monday. Monday at 6 o'clock-ish is when we kind of do these things, just kind of get our day started, thinking right, thinking about strategy. I got a whole bunch of books I want to get into, but you know what? We started this. I want to finish it. You know what I mean? Let's be finishers, not just be starters or something, beginners or something. Let's complete it. All right? Let's not start a movement. Let's complete the movement. I'm tired of starting stuff. I want to finish some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to finish this book. We're just going to keep going right on along, and we're going to get right through it, and then we'll pick up the next book as well. If you want to get this book, you can go to www.ergj.net, www.ergj.net to get this book. Now, of course, today's episode is brought to you by Wesley Learns to Invest. This is a book from a brother, Prince Dykes, the first comic book for children that's going to introduce them to the stock market and into investing. So if you want to learn, if you want your child is 3 years old, you know, not 3 years old, probably 5 years old, third grade, fourth grade, you want them to be introduced into investing in the stock market. It's a great book for them. I have those books for you. It's $20. You just give us a call, 678-851-2400. Inbox me, whatever you got to do to get in touch with me and you get this book ordered. I got 6 copies left. So I'm expecting these 6 copies to be sold this weekend. So you want to make sure you get yours before they're sold out. So I got 7 copies. I got a hard look. I got my own. I got my own hardback. So I'm gonna sell these 7. I'm gonna let you guys get these 7. I'll let you guys get these 7. 678-851-2400. Inbox me, whatever you need to do. $20. Easy to ship, very low cost on shipping, so we can get it out to you anywhere in the nation that you want to get that book. At any rate, this is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, founding New Black Wall Street. Remember this, guys, that you too can have the power. All you got to do is learn the strategies by reading the book. It takes the village, and it starts with us. Let us build as we climb together. You guys have a good day.